Hello guys, so we're going to be doing part 4.2 of the Infecteds. Let's get into it. So the next part is another military encounter, but they were transporting them to another base, so they don't have the proper, military material like guns, so that's going to be a problem. The infected take advantage of that. Well, the first infected does, and instantly starts using his mounted machine gun. But the infected forgot that machine gun can go on controllable recoil and hurt him. So the next infected steps in, realizing that the head is nearly bulletproof to this. Corpses get cleared. These people are really immune to the bullets, but compared to a light soldier, see the difference? Yeah, it's a big difference. That's why I call these soldiers the angel of death. It takes so long for them to get killed. He has long lost it, but the people actually attempt to throw themselves to attempt to damage the Semi-Titan. But the Semi-Titan doesn't really get damaged. And he just moves on. The Semi-Titan is by far one of the strongest things. One of the strongest characters, actually. Except the Titans, but yeah. And not including the transport trucks, because if the transport trucks had enough, then they could possibly overwhelm him. So he's just traveling somewhere. I'm not going to tell you where, but looks like the U.S. military was waiting for him. And the first truck attempts to attack him with their non-known driver. Obviously, the truck will fail as it's a Semi-Titan, and he's not going to die that easily. Obviously, the trucks start deploying their troops, but not enough space leads to most of them being injured. As let's say they get out slow, and that happens basically. So not much of them were actually successfully deployed. And the Semi-Titan is just watching this madness, and then finally comes in. He uses his white lines that were mounted on him for agility and flying capabilities. He attempts to destroy the APC, but it is a lot more tougher. So he just focuses on the humans first, as with no humans, they become useless. He goes super fast, gliding through. And basically, to be honest, absolutely demolishing most of the humans. Yeah. Now he has to deal with the trucks, which are taken care of pretty easily. And now, the humans release a Omnidroid onto him. If you guys don't know what an Omnidroid is, I don't know what to tell you. VX2 was actually released because VX1 was obviously not going to win. Reinforcements actually come to attempt to kill the Omnidroid to stop Omnidroid research, as without the model, it would basically be dead.
I'm sorry you did just cut my hair.
Yeah, whatever. I really don't want to get monetized. I am not pressing that. Yeah. Anyways, let's get into this. So obviously, it's not VX1. It has multiple ways of attacks. But one is to mount his enemies, well, his smaller enemies. The mounting will not be exactly the best on the Semi-Titan, but it will definitely still work. This guy thinks he's tough. He is not tough against the Omnidroid. No one really there is tough against him, except, well, I wouldn't really say except, but the large units are strong. In the later variants of the Omnidroids, he isn't going to stand much of a chance. So, the Omnidroids and the Semi-Titan, Omnibot, I just call him Omnibot, instantly clash. But the Omnidroid does have a small amount of actual agility, so it kind of gets old. But then, the 3.0 version, the other one left and got upgraded. Now, he has a sword on his back, more strings for agility movement, and has a extra part on top of there. There is a lot of noticeable differences. Only really on the head though, but he did get reinforced in armor, and he's better with the white things now. Also, he has an ability now. So he ultimately uses his newly found ability to mostly disable the Omnidroid. He knows that he's gonna die in the process. He's obviously gonna die in the process. He sacrifices a lot of things in his body, and no one is sure if the time stop is gonna last for long. Basically, he can time stop, so that's what he's trying to do, basically. He's trying to use a lot of the white strings that boost his agility to attempt to disable the Omnidroid. Ultimately, it doesn't work out for him. Matter of fact, he just sacrificed himself. So, I wouldn't say we really have a winner for this. But VX2 is not the beginning. Yeah, it's definitely not the beginning. As I'm not going to show you the final Omnidroid, but there will be one thing that's coming soon. You guys haven't really been seeing the base infecteds as much. See the base infecteds? You haven't really been seeing them as much. So that's why they're going to make a return. But a lot of things will change. First, they are not going to be larges. All of the infecteds cannot beat larges. And matter of fact, there's actually a bit of a shortage on larges now. Yeah, I know. But they used so much larges early on in the war and
Kill the body.
Okay, I don't know if this is copyrighted. But I am going to
I live in a
hopefully.
I live in a box. You're a terrible person.
I'm going to hopefully.
You're a terrible person.
Not
You
copyrighted.
got a strange look in your eye.
I
This is
really
bad.
don't want it to be
This is bad.
copyrighted.
I'm melting.
Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So here, let's stabilize the vest first of all. Here. So basically, the regular ones are a lot bigger than humans, so I'm basically going to show you what vest they need. Well, that's supposed to work, but I guess it was failed. Hold on. So what most people have been planning is to make, well, most of my friends has suggested me to add things to the regular infecteds and to make them appear more often. As part 4, part 3, they didn't appear often. But here is my problem with arming the small infecteds, arming the regular infecteds. See this guy? He's almost bulletproof, right? See? Hold on. Sorry. It goes out of control sometimes. I'm sorry for that. But I'm going to show you my problem with arming the small infecteds. So here. And I'm going to demonstrate it with a cactus for some reason. Everything up to auto rifle, this guy is actually immune to. See? Except his legs. They are not immune, but his upper body parts are immune. So, the infecteds aren't supposed to have armor at this early phase because let me get you a regular soldier. Like a regular soldier. Not those armed soldiers. Not those armed soldiers. A regular soldier that usually carries a pistol most of the time. Let's check on the infected. See? He can resist shots, and you see that helmet? Let me show you how durable helmets are in this game. I really don't know why they're so durable, but let me try to actually hit the helmet. It's completely bulletproof up to sniper rifle. So 20% of his body is not getting penetrated by regular soldiers, and that is not good. The only reason why I let larges have those armors and a mounted machine gun, for God's sakes, is because larges need weapons. They can't rely on brute force. It's just about balancing the infecteds, to be honest. Plus, we're ending the video now. I'm sorry for 3 ads. I'm really sorry for 3 ads. But we're going to be ending the video soon. Hold on. Wait for this ad to stop. Melon Playground actually has not bad ads. It's better than me putting ads in my video. All of these ads are probably equivalent to one YouTube ad. Anyways, we're ending it now. This is the spoiler for a new character. Nothing much, thus. A giant bazooka that fires strong missiles. Let me just show you. Yeah. I don't know why I have the game slowed down, I'm being honest. Yeah.